Out here. Gosh, it's like a summer day out here.
Michael, we're late.
Yeah, we are.
Folks, we are later than heck. We were supposed to get out here for first light. We ended up watching that Mike Tyson fight last night with like the Jake Paul fight. To be honest with you, not a huge fan of Jake Paul, but low-key, that knockout, the kid might have something there. Just saying. Anywho, we're getting out here to go hunt. I got my girlfriend with me today, and then I got Mike, who's gonna be hunting in the lower stand. If you guys watched yesterday's video, you know exactly what's going down. But that's, I don't know what else to say. We're late. I'm like a mashed potato brain right now. I just cannot focus. But I'm gonna grab my bow and get in the darn stand. I'll see you guys up in the stand, because if there's any chance of us shooting deer, it's like right now. We gotta get moving. All right, folks. I just want to give you a quick little update before we get things going. We literally have a doe that's over to our right now. She probably saw me getting ready, so the odds are coming in are slim. But if she comes in, I'm gonna take her. So Mike is down by the creek where we put food in the feeder yesterday. Crossing my fingers, you know, a decent deer walks in for him. We're just trying to fill the freezer today. Clearly we just seen one deer and it's been 2 minutes. So I think I just screwed it up. So we're gonna quickly set up the zoom lens and try to link up with something here soon. Oh man, I don't know what the heck is going on. It's wild when you have a consistent group of deer coming through every single day at the same exact time. And the day you come out here to shoot one, they're nowhere to be seen. So we seen 3 bucks this morning, but nothing came into the corn today, nothing came in to anything. We'll see. I'm gonna give it till 11, give it another hour. If we don't see nothing, I'm gonna get on with my day.
Where are the deer at?
You can't catch me off guard like that.
I don't know where the deer are at. I'm leaving. Forget this.
No deer, man. A lot of squirrels.
I shouldn't say no deer because we've seen some deer this morning, but nothing's coming in my corn. So my guess is those 2 bucks that we seen, I've never seen them before. They're new, like yearlings. So, you know, I don't know. There's nothing much you can do about it. So we're just gonna continue on with the day. I think we're gonna have to give the property some time to just acclimate. We're gonna put out some more food tonight and try and see if we can get some deer to come in on the trail cam. It's crazy because I had so much consistency behind what they were doing, but it changes, you know, especially when you get weather changes and things like that. It can be, sometimes the deer can just be really weird after rut. So we're gonna continue trying. Like I said, I'm gonna keep track of how many days it takes me to put some meat in the freezer. Officially filmed on video, this is the 2nd day in a row. We are back at the house. Clearly the plan to go hunting just was a complete botch today. Is that the right word? Botched? It didn't work out. My main plan was to get out there earlier today, make something happen, make a hunting video for you guys, like take a doe or something and make a whole video that way. But my original idea was to get out this morning and try and shoot a doe. I honestly had really high hopes that I was going to do so, and it didn't end up working. But after we got home from hunting, my buddy called me up and he told me that he just picked up his deer. If you guys seen a couple videos ago, my buddy Roman shot one of the target bucks on my property, and since he did, he got all his meat and he's like, yo, let's cook some of it. Like, let's, you know, it's Sunday, we're watching football. He's like, let's just make some backstrap or something and eat. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? That's a great idea. So I figured if I can't shoot a deer today, why not eat one, right? Instead of doing like a catch and cook, we're just gonna kind of give you a little chef tip here, right? Let's go on in. And there's also like a lot of people in my house all the time. I have roommates and stuff, so like, I don't know. You'll see what I mean. I'm currently putting up my Christmas tree, so there's like, I don't know, that's about as far as I got today. I started doing that a little bit, and then I decided to continue this video. Check this out. This is my living room ping pong table. We recently just became obsessed with ping pong. It's not even a real ping pong table. It's actually my dining room table that we bought like a ping pong net for, and we just got really hip to playing ping pong in quarantine. There's been like nothing else to do with all this crud going on, so the boys like it. It's a good time. But we're up here in the kitchen. I got the meat that's defrosting right now. It's just about there, but I think I'm gonna go play Roman in a game of ping pong, let that finish, and then we'll pick you guys back up right here in the kitchen, cooking the backstrap.
5 yards, 24, 42 touchdowns, 1.
Alright folks, we're in the kitchen. I just cooked a steak, so I'm going to show you guys exactly how to make this right here finished product. This nice, juicy venison steak. So this is the way I like to do it. Honestly, like, go ahead, put that in your mouth, Roman. Let me know what you think. Oh, I got to feed it to you? Is that bomb or what? Don't about to never point your mouth, right?
That's good stuff.
Alright, check it out. Woo! So I'm going to show you guys how to make this. This is my favorite way to do it. It's a little bit different. I was going to go ahead and cook a backstrap for you guys, but the way Roman's butcher hooked it up was he medallioned all his backstraps, so they kind of look like this. So instead of doing a little piece like this, we have inner loins right here, which is essentially the same thing, still deer steak, it'll work. So take your guys' meat. Now a lot of people like to marinate their meat. A lot of people are really picky about it being gamey and blah blah blah. And honestly, if you cook it this way, it will not be gamey, it'll be great. And all I simply do is run these steaks underwater, kind of get blood pushed out of it, let them dry, let them get to room temperature, and then do this right here. So to make a steak that's bomb like this, all you guys are gonna need is salt, pepper, and Cajun seasoning. Now this is a little bit different. You guys are probably gonna think this is a little weird, but I'm telling you, it's bomb. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our cut of meat and we're gonna just put a little bit of salt on there. Get both sides salted up. We're gonna take pepper, flip it over, we'll put pepper on the other side. And then you're going to take your Cajun seasoning. I like this one right here. This is Twisted Q Fire Roasted Cajun. This one's got just not your typical Cajun flavor, but you're going to go ahead and kind of just sauce this guy in that Cajun seasoning. Now you guys might think this might be really like hot almost, but it's not. You're only going to do one side for the Cajun seasoning. So I kind of rub that in there real good. Salt and pepper on this side, Cajun on this one. So now we're going to take it over the pan. We're going to sear it. This guy's a little bit thinner, but I think it should work out just fine. This was an actual deer steak. I cooked it ahead of time to show the example, but I probably should have just cooked this one for you right here. But this is gonna be just the same. So let's go over to the oven and throw this guy on there. All right, so now that we're over here at the stove, all you're gonna need is a pair of tongs, a little bit of olive oil. You're gonna turn your oven on to high. You're gonna get that pan really hot. What I like to do is I like to just put some olive oil in there. Let the olive oil get a little bit hot. You guys can use pretty much any oil, cooking oil. I like olive oil for the flavor a little bit. But other oils get hotter, allow for better sears and things like that. So I'm gonna take this oil and I'm just gonna stir it around in this pan like this. Let that get a little more hot. And then what I'm gonna do is I put a little too much oil in here. I tend to do that on purpose so I can just get it coated real nice. If you have too much in there, you don't want it puddling, so you're gonna just dump the rest out. Okay, so now that we have that done, we're gonna make sure that pan is really hot. It should get hot quick. To check, to find out if it's hot enough, just put a little bit of water on your hand, throw it on there. So you see it, you don't hear anything yet. You're gonna let it get hotter. So then once it's hot enough, you take some water, throw it on there. When it's bubbling like that, you're good to go. So you're gonna take our strip of meat and you're gonna throw Cajun side down first. Put it down, and then just put a little bit of pressure on there. And we're gonna do, since this cut of meat is like really thin, I'm gonna do a minute on each side. All right, so the key to getting that perfect sear is to never try and move that steak. So about a minute and a half, almost 2 minutes later, we're gonna flip that over, and look how nice that looks. So I'm gonna press this down so it's kind of getting that sear right away. And then what we're gonna do, which I kind of left this part out, is we are going to grab a little bit of butter and then just put a piece of butter on top of that. So I like to put the butter on top, let it melt a little bit, but once that side's kind of starting to cook a little bit, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take that butter, we're gonna fling it into the pan and tip the pan like this, and we're gonna baste that steak. Just gonna take the butter and put it on there. Okay, so it's been about 2 minutes. It's been on the other side. I want to make sure it was cooked. Just cook it to your liking. I like my steaks medium, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this steak off of here. I'm going to go straight to the cutting board and we're going to let it rest. So I'm going to go like this. Boom. Got your pretty little meat cut right there. See that? We're gonna let that sit there. Since we got some time, I'm gonna take this little medallion, throw it in there, and do the exact same thing. Boom. Put our meat weight on there. I know these aren't giant cuts, but they get the gist by. I would have loved to do this with a big old back strap for you guys. That's how I typically like to do it. But when I shoot my deer this year, maybe I'll pull it out right then and there and do this again. Okay, we are done. I know this wasn't the most in-depth tutorial on how to do this, and these are like basically miniature steaks right here, but they're gonna work just fine. Literally, they already ate the other one I just made earlier. So that's literally all there is to it. As you guys can see, these things look beautiful. These should be cooked almost perfectly medium. We're gonna cut one open here in a second, but it's just salt, pepper, a little bit of Cajun, a good sear, add some weight to it. I literally put a pot on top of mine. You can go buy a meat weight, whatever works. But after we let it rest for about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how hot you like it, we're gonna cut this guy open, and it should be perfectly medium. Oh yeah. Oh, take that. Oh yeah, baby, I'm telling you, that's gonna be the best way. You can just put it in a pan and enjoy it. It's not gamey. It tastes great. It has a little bit of zing. My friends love it when I do it this way. I do this with all my deer steaks, so go ahead, try it out. If you do try it out, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Hey, if you guys are new here, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button. If you like this style video or you're loving the everyday vlogs, just leave me a comment down below. I'm gonna eat this. I got a lot more meat to cook. We didn't end up doing the jerky today, but I think we're gonna do it in a different video. So if you guys want the jerky, let me know. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.